Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Independent Lake Macquarie MP Greg Piper's bill to scrap penalties restricting the development of a container terminal in Newcastle looks set to pass the lower house today after a deal with the state government. The government has agreed to remove the restrictions as long as the port's private operators pay more on their lease. The amount would be calculated by an independent reviewer and based on the additional value of the lease if the restrictions had not been included in the original agreement. Hunter Valley Police are appealing for information after a man was assaulted during a home invasion at Singleton overnight. Two unknown men stormed the Orchard Avenue property just before midnight and struck the 43-year-old resident in the head with an object before running off. He was discharged from hospital after receiving treatment for a laceration. Police say the man's sister was also at home at the time and wasn't injured, and nothing was taken. Anyone with information is urged to call Singleton Police or Crime Stoppers. South Australia's Zara Foundation has partnered with the Greater Charitable Foundation to bring a financial literacy program for women fleeing domestic violence to the Hunter. The services will be delivered over 3 years in conjunction with Jenny's Place, in the hopes of curbing the region's rising rates of domestic violence. Zara Foundation co-founder Armin Abrahimzadeh says women need support before and after they escape an abusive situation.
And I think that post-crisis or the recovery component has been missing in discussions. Personally, I think if the government is serious about tackling family and domestic violence and ultimately eradicating it, there should be more of a focus and more funding and resources put into that post-crisis or that recovery component.
Maitland MP Jenny Aitchison says more than 30,000 tenants in her electorate will benefit under Labor's plans to make renting properties fairer. If Labor is elected next March, it will streamline the rental bond process to allow tenants to directly transfer bonds from one property to another, while ensuring owners still have access to funds they may need. A future ALP government will also bring an end to no-ground evictions and will work with stakeholders to develop a list of reasonable grounds for an owner to end a lease. A potential rate rise for Port Stephens residents goes back before Council tonight. Council put two proposals out for feedback in September, a once-off 26% increase or consecutive 10% increases over 3 years. The issue was discussed at the last council meeting but was deferred to allow councillors to access more than 300 submissions received during the feedback period. Oakvale Wildlife Park has become the first place outside of Queensland to successfully breed the Lumholtz tree kangaroo. The species, which typically lives in high rainforests, is near threatened because of deforestation, dog attacks and a virus which causes the animals to go blind. Curator Angela Lambert says it's an incredible moment for Oakvale.
A few months down the line we started to see some movement in her pouch, and ultimately that's when we split mum and dad up again, because you can't keep the males with the females. It's just the females that will rear the youngsters, and ultimately the pouch got bigger and bigger over the coming months, and then a head popped out, and we're now, as I say, 7 months old.
2NURFM Sport.
Jets enforcer Brandon O'Neill is confident the side can return to winning ways when they host Melbourne City on Saturday. After a hot start, the Jets have conceded 6 goals over their last 2 games, seeing them drop to 9th on the table. He says the side has a lot of belief and the recent losses haven't had much effect.
I have no doubt we will. We've got the characters in the dressing room, we've got the environment in place that we're able to do so. And look, it's only round 4, which is a good thing. It's just a bit of being a bit more relaxed, a bit more calm and playing our football even when we get up there.
Knights CEO Phil Gardner isn't worried about the side missing out on the 2023 Magic Round, instead believing it's much more important the club stands firm on not giving up a home game for the festival. Gardner says he refuses to take any games away from fans at McDonald Jones Stadium. And Gay Waterhouses in the Congo will likely start favourite in Saturday's $1 million The Hunter at Newcastle Racecourse. Shock nominations means early favourite Waihaha Falls will almost certainly miss the 16-horse cut-off. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 7, 8, 28, 32, 36 and 41, and the supplementaries are 30 and 42. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.